Hey yo, hey yo, long day,
Yeah.
long day, tired.
Understand.
A lot
Hey,
of stuff done happened. We 6 minutes late. Um, yeah, but guess what?
we
We're
here.
powering through it. Yeah, because guess what? It's behind the business. We're
Right.
behind the business, and this is what entrepreneurs have to do: take
Right.
those licks and keep
Right.
going.
Right. Roll the punches.
You
Be
already
like
know it.
be like water and flow.
You already know it. Um, and I don't even have no banners up. I don't have none of this. I gotta create banners and all that. It's all good.
It is all
Um,
good, man. I'm just honored to be here with you.
there you go. Promise Mangum, you already know what it is. Bankshot, we're doing real big. And today we have somebody on here who is a very, very, very hard worker, hard entrepreneur. Um, he is uh somebody who I met during the um what pitch, competition were we in? It was
Start up on the blocks. And then
Star Fox.
we did start up on the blocks. Then we did G Alpha together.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a crazy um time because it was like right after COVID kind of sort of died down a little bit,
Yep.
and it's
Yeah.
like people trying to really figure out what the next moves are.
Right.
I definitely know now a lot of people are hold on a second. We got well fellas, there you go. We're doing real big. We got people on LinkedIn watching right now. Hey, that's real big. Real big stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Um, yeah, like we were in a real weird space because a lot of the technology stuff was taking off during then, and now we're the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. A lot of that funding has gone down. People are like really trying to be conservative about stuff. Um, look, you got people on YouTube. We locked in 100. Thank you.
What's going on, bro?
Appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. It was like a real crazy time or whatever. But I do want to get into the beginnings. I want to get into. I want you to introduce yourself. Um, and let's like really just dive into the no. You know, like let's really see about that because yeah, let's get into that first. So go ahead.
Yeah, so like he said, my name is Quinn Breaux, the founder of the Knoo. The Knoo is an app that'll streamline business for the entertainment industry. And I'm happy to be here to tell y'all a little bit more about the Knoo so we all can be in the know together.
You already know it. Hold one second. Sorry. So the beginnings, like how did you come up with this idea? What was the big deal as far as you saw a niche, you saw an opportunity, you
Yeah.
saw a need. What
Yeah.
how did that go? I know the backstory because of G Alpha, but I want
Yeah.
you to let everybody else know what's up.
Yeah, so I always been around music. Growing up, my mom was part of a choir. Pretty much, I'm a military brat, so they say. But
Gotcha.
I had an opportunity to travel around the world. My mom was always in the choir. One of the biggest inspirations. Matter of fact, her choir was actually able to back up Mariah Carey while we was living in Japan.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So I've had some exposure to that side as a young kid. And then growing up, I always been in chorus. I used to play the piano a little bit, play the trumpet. So just always around music. Music has always been, a big part of my life. Long story short. When I went through college, pretty much going through college, I used to throw a lot of events. And that's through my fraternity on my own, and then just a lot of different other places.
What fraternity? I'm sorry, just wanted to.
Oh, shout out Phi Beta Sigma fraternity and corporate.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
But yeah, so going through that whole process, I ended up going to grad school and getting my master's in entertainment business. That just opened up my eyes to just how the entertainment industry more so worked. So long story short, ended up moving to Atlanta, where I had an opportunity to work with a couple of artists in Atlanta. put together a couple of bands, ended up moving to Jacksonville. Again, got more so in the event side of things and also managing artists there. So I got more so in the brand marketing and strategy with artists and that support system. That's kind of where the whole idea and the concept of the Knoo came up. I feel like the name itself came from just a lot of people don't understand how to get into the into the entertainment industry. And then on the other side, the entertainment industry is also one of those industries that is not really talked about. And myself, I worked in other industries, real estate, banking, and I realized that there's always been a system in place in order for the professional in that specific industry to do their job. So I realized that in the entertainment industry, there's not too many systems in place for a regular entertainer just jumping into the game that helps them do their job more streamlined, more easy, more efficient. And that's kind of where the Knoo comes in at, to make that basic process a little more easier and more streamlined so regular people can connect with entertainers for their events.
Gotcha. I got a couple of questions on that one, but let's go back to just the beginnings as far as timeline wise, because we are in 2023. So therefore, technology is a whole lot different than when you started. So when did you start?
Yeah, so I actually started really saying more so in the entertainment industry around 2011, 2010. I would still say college, but I was more so on the event side of things going through college. I didn't really get into the whole management side of things until 2012, 2013.
Gotcha.
Is where I got into it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, because I know when it comes to the entertainment stuff, and as far as like people trying to get on, people trying to build brand, people trying to, hey, I want to go out here or do this or move things more, I'm from the Gulf Coast, so it was like our influences came from Miami, Atlanta, New Orleans, Houston, where you have to just park trunk, go out there, build your fan base, build all that, and then all of a sudden, record labels and stuff will come to you or whatever, thinking that people are dumb, and they're not. And then technology is taking that to another step further, and it's like, hey, I can sit here and do this. I can build out my fan base. Build my fan base, and then also build out how we also start to monetize a little bit more on the technology side. So I'm guessing you saw a niche there. So let's just talk about the Knoo right now and all the components and stuff like that, because I actually had a chance to alpha test it. I don't know, it was alpha test or beta test?
Yeah, that was an alpha test. So believe it or not, the actual beta test just dropped today.
There you go.
Yeah. So
I was an alpha.
Yeah, he was an alpha.
There you go.
We still got more to come. So we still developing.
So let the people know what what the alpha test was about, or let them know what the app is about, how it should work, and how it can actually gain exposure after that, or how they can gain exposure after they use the platform.
Yeah, of course. So again, once upon a time, everybody used to want to be signed to a record label. But nowadays, most entertainers, most artists want to maintain control of their own music, more so of their own identity, their brand, and just their information alone. Knoo was created to help artists do just that. So what we're doing is consolidating your social and streaming analytics, consolidating it on one platform for artists to make better business decisions. I did some research and just, through some experience, I realized entertainers are on anywhere between 8 and 15 different platforms at any given time. That's your social and streaming platform. I ask entertainers that's listening or those who are involved in the entertainment industry, how often are you checking these analytics? And how easy is that process for you? And if that process was even easier for you, and more. So that's where it comes in with the Knoo side of things. So that's one side of it. And then what we're doing is automating the booking standpoint of it. So as we know, sometimes entertainers don't always get paid their what they're due. by the time you show up to an event, and vice versa. Sometimes the person doing the booking of that entertainer doesn't always get the entertainment services that they acquired. So what we do is pretty much we're mitigating that situation to make sure everybody gets what's owed to them. So entertainers know that they're going to get paid, and then vice versa, the venue or the promoter or whoever's doing the actual booking knows they're going to get their services. So that's where that comes in.
Yes. So, well, hold on a second. Beta is live. You already know it. Love the strides. Let's go. You already know. Sell. Love you. Hey, we're doing real big on. Hey, he's doing real big on YouTube right now. Going back to what you were saying, as far as our you know, like you saw the niche, there was a need.
Yeah.
Artist development. Now, this is a big deal, I think, that is coming into play right now, because I don't think a lot of people understand artist development is a big deal when it comes to, your branding stuff or whatever.
Right.
A lot of people may know, like, hey, I have a target audience, I have this, I'm doing this or whatever, or this has worked here or whatever the case is. Kind of sort of tell the audience how you fine tune that down, and it's actually becoming more of a artist development tool as well. If you don't mind me saying like that, because it's like, artist development really has to be a big deal. And I actually this is coming off the Grammy stuff. We're looking at the Grammy stuff. I'm looking at some of the people, whatever. There are, a lot of memorable moments, and it was just like, I could tell artist development was not there for some artists who are not in the majors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Could this be a tool, something that they can use for artist development? Can other entities come in and be like, hey, maybe you need to work on, interview stuff. Maybe you need to work on, PR stuff, whatever. I want you to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so pretty much there's a functionality within it. So one, the Knoo was created to connect entertainers to other entertainment resources. So a lot of people don't, entertainers, artists are all micro businesses. Those other people behind them that make them who they are. So again, you got managers, you got people who do marketing, you have those who specifically specialize in brand development or artist development, whether it's stage presence, whether it's studio recording, things of that nature. You can find that in the Knoo. So if you're looking for a producer in some ways or another in a different area, you can now narrow down based on geographic location, what exactly you're looking for, and you can add that producer to your team. So pretty much the Knoo is a platform that you can also start building your team out within it. So if you know somebody who has a manager that you're interested in, you can now reach out directly to that manager, and that manager can now be a part of your team base, and they can see your social, your streaming, and just find out more about you. There's also a functionality to where now you don't have to give your manager or a label your sensitive information to get into your social media accounts. I mean, that's one of the biggest things at this point is a lot of entertainment.
I want you to repeat that real quick, because I don't think a lot of people understand the value of what you just said. Say that one more time, bro.
Yeah, so now you can protect yourself and your social media accounts. I mean, right now, people get hacked all the time, and they have to start from ground zero because they probably gave out their information to somebody else or whatever the case may be. But now you can kind of minimize that without having to give all the extra information out. So pretty much you can just jump on, create your profile. Your manager or your label has to have a profile, and then you can add them to your team, and you can share your analytics and everything directly from the platform. If something goes wrong or things go straight, you can now cut ties out the functionality. Everybody go about their way. You don't have to worry about any of the extra that comes along with it. So again, the whole goal is just to make it more easy for everybody to conduct business and set a standard.
That is a very big deal, because like music's cutthroat. We already know this. If you've been in the music industry, I don't know, how many people out there have been in the music industry. It's a very cutthroat type deal. It happens. It happens. People play people all the time. One of the best examples in the mainstream that I like to say is people are getting pebbled. Pebbles with TLC. Um, took all that money and stuff and gave them some Geo Jeeps, or whatever little Jeeps it was. It was a big deal. So mitigating that risk is a very good deal.
Yeah.
What's the future right now? What's the future, if you can say, of the Knoo? Like what other things are you doing? Because I know like you're trying to get to that stage where you can get everything actually out there, but it's like what are the little things you can tell us right now about the Knoo?
Yeah, so the whole goal again is just to make it easier for the artists, the entertainment, to manage themselves if they don't have anybody else on their team. So I mean that can be a whole lot of different things, but if you just think of what you would want a manager to do for you, you can kind of automate that yourself. I mean, it's always good to have somebody that's physically there. That could be a possibility down the line as things grow to where we can have some other people live for you to actually get to. But the whole goal is just to automate the process to where you don't have to deal with anybody. You can do it on your own, straight out the box. So just to streamline that process. It is a lot more that's going to be coming to it. I don't want to, jump the gun at this point. But right now we're just at the beta phases of it to where we can at least get people on and understanding how it works, giving us initial feedback. And then as things grow and get out there, I can then, bring and continue to get that live feedback. So it's just continue to grow and iterating, man.
Gotcha. The cost for the artist. Now, this is one thing that I have to ask because just trying to, having a repertoire with other DJs, other managers, other people like that. And I know you're not trying to like, hey, I'm trying to take their jobs away or anything like that, because it's a collective type deal or whatever. Would this cost be lower? Like will your solution be a lower cost, and like let's say said DJ, who's well known or very respected in the craft, would that cost be lower than an artist going directly to them versus using your app or whatever?
Yeah, so let me tell you what it looks like, first of all. So pretty much the artists are jumping into the platform. They'll create their account, add their social media accounts, and then pretty much they'll set their services. So whatever service that you offer, whether it's a feature, whether it's a performance, whether you're a DJ, whatever that special talent that you have, you can set your price for that talent. And that's what you'll be paid for that talent. Pretty much it's a set it and forget it method. So if an artist knows how much they want to be paid, let's say in a week or in a day or whatever the case may be, they simply set that price for that date, for that time, and then it's held at that point. So somebody jumping into it, if I'm or you are looking for an artist, you can now jump on, see your favorite artist, go to their account, book them if the date is available. The funds are held because 9 times out of 10 you never did business with that particular artist, so you want to make sure that you're getting paid. Once that artist performs, he's paid out 24 to 48 hours. So the way I look at it is where the booking entertainment is now as easy as it can be. So all of the paperwork and extra logistics that you would have to do as if you was doing a big leasing agreement, you no longer have to do, because the actual platform is the contract.
There you go. So you already know I'm a technology type of dude. So I have to ask this question. Is there a Web 3.0 component into this? Is there like an NFT type deal? Is there something like when you have those smart contracts going in, like it, like because you said it, we're
I
going
think,
here.
I think you're gonna jump on that, but not.
Yeah.
So actually, there's not an NFT component Web3, but now there is some concepts, and have talked to other companies to potentially partner in on some Web3 components down the line, but not at this point.
Gotcha.
But I mean, you do have to be prepared and set to where things are going now. So if you know how things are moving, you would want to set up your business to at least be able to adjust accordingly when that time comes.
Definitely. No, and that's cool. Like I say, I was just, you know,
Oh yeah.
I was trying to just, you know,
I mean, that was like one of the first things that I started talking about it to different mentors and things of that nature. They was like, "Well, you thought about an NFT yet?" I was like, "Not yet." People doing NFTs, and a lot of people, aren't doing it the way it should be done.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
not at this moment. I'm trying to let everything else kind of weed out and build that relationship early on, to where when we do decide to do a Web3 component or some type of component to it, we have that established relationship to where it's an understanding on how things are done and how things are ran. I'm not trying to get anybody outside of what they're already kind of doing, just making it a little easier for everybody to do business. Then eventually we'll see how things grow from there.
There you go. Well, we got about 8 more minutes left, so let's get into the Spitfire question. What is your favorite what is your favorite moment so far of your journey?
Man, most favorite part of the journey, I would say the transition between the actual hands-on physically being part of like the management side of it, going into this side of it, more so on the tech side. I can see where the tech component can make it easier for those in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Like by me being hands-on with entertainer at any given time, I mean, it takes away from what I could do to make a bigger impact. So I think manager and the experiences as an event curator or whatever the case may be, was a big contribution to what I'm getting ready to do with Knoo.
Gotcha.
The whole learning process of it, the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribulations, all of that is the best part of it, because without any of that, I wouldn't be able to be here.
A lot of people don't understand when you're up here doing that entrepreneurial journey, when you're up here trying to really just build out something or whatever. Those roadblocks, those really hard knocks is what really builds out character and really builds out you, like that staying power that needs to be there. You know what I'm saying?
You got to take the good and the bad.
You definitely. So that's a real big deal. Final thoughts, man. What are your final thoughts on just everything?
Yeah, man, I'm excited to where things are going and where things are growing. I mean, in the midst of all of it, I had a daughter. You know what I'm saying? 9 months here.
Congratulations.
So just adjusting to the new lifestyle and still pushing through it. I say if anybody has a dream or have a goal, go after it. You never know what you'll be able to do unless you try. You already failed if you stop or if you cease to try.
Did you want to stop whenever you had a child and get a regular 9 to 5?
Nah, I mean I'm working a full-time job, doing this at the same time, and hey, taking care of my family, husband, and a father at the same time. So
I'm glad to
push it through and make it do.
I'm glad. No, I'm glad to say that because definitely, fatherhood is coming quicker than I thought.
Oh yeah, congratulations!
April's happening.
April.
April's happening.
Baby girl.
Yeah. So 2 years being married now.
Congratulations.
We're doing some real big things and still living out our dreams. We're trying to live out our dreams or
keep living.
How to live our dreams. And I think that's a big deal. I think people need to see you know, young.
Yeah.
We're so young.
Yeah.
Young Black entrepreneurs, you know, holding it down.
Yeah, man. Communication is key, though. I mean, that's what I had to learn during this journey. Is always communicate, and sometimes you got to over communicate in the midst of, especially when you're tied to the person and you bring a child into it. So yeah, you got to
Go ahead. Spit that blessing one more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, man. You gotta over communicate. Keep communicating. I had to learn that, bro. Like, gotta consistently talk about it. Especially if you're not a talker, it's a hard thing to do. So I mean, you gotta continue to communicate, and then eventually things will change. But like, man, we've been together now. We've been married 7 years this year. We've been together 9. So yeah, it's progress. That's all that is.
Congratulations.
a lot of talking. Hey, comes with the territory, man.
Hey.
But hey, and when you got you a good one, you can still do what you need to do.
Well, you know what?
She's gonna help you build that.
So this is not going to be. You're.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to.
No. Well, I mean, hey. Behind the business is behind the business. So we have to really just get into it.
Yeah. Hey, man, I couldn't do it without her, for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hey. Been together for at least. Well, I've known her for almost since high school, so it's 20 years. Good.
Hey,
23 years. 2013, we've been living together. You know, moved. You know, I'm not in Florida no more. We're down. We're in North Carolina now, and all that. You know, we're real happy spot. You know, I ain't going. You know, we had to do a lot of stuff, but those sacrifices when it's like, yo, I'm trying to do this, whatever. Those hard conversations.
Yeah.
Those are very intense, and it's like being an entrepreneur is like, but I want you to see this.
Yeah, you got to paint the picture.
And I'm not Picasso on that. Maybe you were. I'm not.
It took me a minute. I had to draw with a pencil and go back and erase and try to draw it again. You know, I needed an etch or something.
Hey. We just having a conversation.
Just having a conversation. Hey, so I met my wife back when we were kids. So
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Oh no, I'm just saying we met back when we were kids. So my grandfather had a church in Jacksonville, and her dad was one of the ministers. And I used to always go back, and so again, my parents was military, so I only came back and forth through Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would come back, you know, I always go say hey to her mama. You know, her mama kept me in the loop. And she's a little older than me. Huh?
She knew.
Yeah, she knew. And then I mean, eventually, we didn't lose contact, but every so often I just drop in when I was going through college and, you know, say hello. I didn't see her. I always saw her mom. And eventually, man, I came home in the midst of grad school, and we've been rocking ever since, man.
There you go.
Hey, I told her I was like Steve Urkel, though. I told her I was going to wear her down. So eventually, hey, I had to get her.
Yeah, so you had to get your Laura Winslow.
I had to get my Laura Winslow, man.
We're having fun, guys. We're having fun. It's still about business. We're at the 30-minute mark. Promise, Mangum. Stay on the line though, because like by the time it ends and all this other stuff, stay on the line. But so glad you're here. Q, want to know, you already know what it is. Very, very good conversation. Very good. Just us talking.
Yeah.
We're just having a conversation.
I appreciate you having me and all that you're creating. Who would have knew would have been here?
Hey, I when things don't work out, because you already knew what I was doing. Y'all knew what I was doing. And it's like, hey, I got to pivot.
Yeah, got to.
Pivot. And guess what? I'm not scared of pivoting. I can pivot so much now. It's like, okay, well, whatever. I can pivot to all these other deals or whatever, but everything is still under the brand of Bankshot because Bankshot is for community. We were created for community. We came out of the pandemic, created for community.
Right.
So it still works. There you go. But hey, promise, man, we are out here. We're doing it real big. Thank you, Q, for staying on the line though. But thank you, and yeah, we will see you next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we have a couple other people coming up. Wait, let me see who else is coming up. We of course, my phone's acting up. Oh yeah, so my homeboy BJ from Montgomery. My homeboy BJ from Montgomery. He owner of the Central Alabama Jags, semi-professional team, basketball team down there in Montgomery, Alabama. We're going to be talking about basketball. You already know basketball is Bankshot.
Yeah,
Bankshot is basketball. That is it. So it's really big, but yeah, it's like, so we got a lot of things happening. Yeah, so thank you so much, and see you next week. Y'all be easy. Peace. But stay on the line.